MTI, no lie, I do this till I die.
What's up, everybody? This is Gabriel right here, representing the movement towards improvement out here at the beautiful golf course, Rolling Hills. And this video, we're gonna be doing a little what's in the bag with my good friend Milt. Milt, what's going on?
What's up, guys? Milt, long time no see. What, it's been like a week?
Well, I live with you.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Forget about that sometimes. He just hides in his room. I don't really see him often, so I get a little lonely. And then I remember, like, I hear him eating food. I'm like, oh, he is here.
Yeah, cereal, it's so loud.
It is. I used to wake you up with it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some quarrels, you know. He's eating cereal too late at night. You know, could flush the toilet a little bit more often. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort, and I just really don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I still love you, though.
I love you too.
Okay.
We'll work on it together.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, you probably seen me a long time ago in some golf trick shop videos. We did a Goodwill video where we went and bought some old clothes.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun. And then we actually did a course vlog with that. So not only did we buy old clothes, we went and bought some old clubs. We just kind of put together a little set and then went and did a course vlog, it was a lot of fun. And I know you and I, we really need to redo that one, just for a classic's sake.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna redo it. Maybe go to like TJ Maxx or something, maybe Ross, kind of upgrade it.
A little high end?
A little more high end.
High end, yeah.
You know? Now we're spending like $10 instead of $7.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might break us though.
Okay, let's get to the video.
All right, anyways.
So you guys, we're gonna do a little what's in the bag. Also, as I mentioned before, I'm gonna help you guys build your own YouTube channel, become an online golf influencer, and just remind you guys that you can literally make a living making golf videos. YouTube Golf is what has allowed me to not be a cashier at the golf mart or not having to clean carts and pick balls for a living. So you can make a living making golf YouTube videos. So if you don't want that 9-to-5 job as an assistant pro or as a cashier, whatever it may be, I'm gonna teach you how to do it. And how I did it and how I am doing it, and that's just crazy, and Milt's also going to help with that.
Yeah, and I'll be helping with graphics, putting together some designs, some logos, some branding, really just helping with the branding aspect of everything. You know, it's very important too, you know, if you want to sell yourself online, you have to look good, you have to look the part. So I'll be teaching him, I'll be doing it for the MTI and the Golf Influence website. So you'll probably start to see things change over time, maybe a little upgrade here, upgrade there, but I really look forward to it, and I will be teaching you guys as well, so you guys can do it yourself and build your own brand in being in business. And yeah.
There you go. If you guys want to know how to make a living making golf videos, then go to the link in the description and sign up, you guys. It's just pretty damn cool. We live in a day and age where you can go film a what's in the bag, get paid, and build your brand in being business. Mel, let's start.
All right, let's do it. So as you can see, this is my old Cobra, the Cobra Amp Cell Pro. Very good looking club, very clean, very nice design. And then, so this is a 9-iron, and here's the new iron, so you can see side-by-side comparison.
Those things look clean, Mel. Those things look clean.
They're very clean. And so one of the biggest things, actually, the reason why I brought this club is because I wanted to show you. So if you look at this wear pattern, you can see that it's just slightly in towards the hill. And, you know, if you didn't know any better, you'd look at this and be like, oh, you just hill the ball. But in reality, the weight of the club, the dead weight of this club is right here, just slightly off the hill. So there would be center, which would follow into about the O and the B. But the real weight of it is right in the middle of the B, which you get a little bit of a hill strike. So if you hit it in the hill in these clubs, it feels pure. And now the big difference between these clubs is they actually, if you can zoom in real close, you'll be able to see a little baby circle.
Yeah, I see that.
So, and then from that circle, you also have this little toe circle right there. So this is tungsten weighting, and what they've done is they've drilled out a little hole and they've taken out a little bit of weight to make the center of the club face a little bit more in dead center. So when you hit the dead center now, it's actually a flush shot. And I'm honestly still adjusting. I've probably played maybe 20 rounds with these new ones, and I still definitely feel myself hitting it in the heel of the club, which, you know, in my old clubs, obviously that felt like a pure strike, but now I'm still hitting it in the heel. It's just an adjustment I need to make to get a little bit more towards that centerpiece. And eventually with time, you know, I'll adjust to it and get the hang of it. But that is one of the biggest differences in these clubs. So this club has a Dynamic Gold S300 stiff, and these new shafts have a KBS money taper, so you get the little money taper, 120. And even though they're the same weighted gram, I'm pretty sure I don't know, but I'm just guessing that this head of this club is a lot more weight, at least a couple grams of weight, because swinging it, the swing weight of this definitely feels a lot more sturdy and a lot more heavy at the bottom of the ball. I probably should have looked it up so I could give you accurate information on that, but you know, I can't even be bothered to flush a toolet, so why would I look that up? Yeah. But yeah, this definitely has a little bit of a lighter feel, and for me, I really actually do prefer the weightness of this just because it feels a little easier to hit coming into the ground. I don't have to try to swing it as hard. It's just so much weight that it's just gonna fall onto the back of the ball, which I really like. So we will go to a mid iron, and you can tell the difference here. So the 9 iron is full blade, a little bit of help at the bottom, obviously, but then now you have your middle irons, which have just a slight cavity in there. It's very, very, very nice. You know, especially 4 iron, you just get a little bit more help, which is very necessary for most people, especially in the mid-range to the long irons. I know for me, I definitely struggled with long irons for a long time, but I spent a lot of time and a lot of grinding to hit them better. And even though I hit them better, I'm still very thankful that I have this cavity. It just helps launch the ball higher, which is a selling point on these irons.
Hey Milt, real quick, you know, a few people asked in our last video, I think one person asked, how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
And what's your handicap?
The last one I had established was plus 0.7.
Okay.
So just over scratch, but that's been a few years. At my last club, you know Kramer, we did some videos with Kramer. I never actually had an established handicap. Tournament round, I shot, I think a 73 or 74. I think a 74, which is 2 over par. It's a very tough course if you go back and watch those videos. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem shooting even par if I'm playing a lot.
Now these clubs, I mean, there's basically blades, and obviously they go into that slight cavity as they get to the longer clubs. Yeah. What handicap do you think someone needs to be before they go to clubs like these?
You know, that's a tough question because handicap doesn't really matter. For me, I came from baseball, so I've always had really good eye-hand coordination. So even though I wasn't shooting, you know, I would shoot like 79, 80, 82, I never really had a problem hitting the middle of the face or the heel of the face in my old clubs. So it really depends on how good of a ball striker, if you're wild with your swing, if you have a tight swing, but maybe, you know, there's people who can hit the ball very well, but they have a few double bogeys and a triple bogey in their round for no reason. And that's just more about course management. But I would say if you're a mid-handicapper, like if you're like 10, maybe an 8, definitely a 6 or a 5, you can definitely get away with them. But if you're just starting out, I would not recommend these clubs because you're just hurting yourself, really. They make clubs so good these days that it'll just help you so much more tremendously. But maybe you have an ego and you're like, you know what, I just want to start with the best clubs, which, you know, if you really want to do that, it is a good thing because you'll learn to hit a smaller sweet spot will just make you a better ball striker in the long run. I would recommend that, but I also like to jump scooters off things and I do things a little differently. So it's up to you.
Okay, appreciate that feedback. Why don't you go to your wedges real quick? Just kind of run us through what you got for your 50, 56, and 60.
Yeah, so 50, we have a SM4, 50 degree, 8 degrees of bounce.
Okay.
Very nice club, still in very good shape. I don't really practice with this club much. I just use it on the range. Just use it out on the course. 56 degree, it's a SM5 with 10 degrees of bounce, which was an S grind. I really like this around anywhere from 105 to about 115, 118 yards. It's a very solid club for me. I don't use it much around the greens. I just feel it's a little too hot for me. I like to spin the ball and hit a low spinner more than I do than a bump and run, even though I should probably learn bump and runs better. And then this is my baby. So this is an SM6, 60 degree with 4 degree of bounce. Now, as you can see, it's pretty chewed up because I do practice on the cart path. You know, like I said, I do things a little differently. I like to throw one on the cart path and just hit one off of it to see if I can do it.
He does like to do that. I don't get it. I don't understand it at all.
But what I really like about this club is the 4 degree of bounce. Really, I'll just show you real quick. It allows me to hit flop shots very, very effortlessly without much thinking.
That was nice.
So for me, I don't like a lot of bounce on my 60 degree. I want to take the risk of, you know, hitting it a little fat or thinning it to hit the perfect shot. I just feel like with this degree of bounce, at least for my swing, I really clip it off the turf, and it makes me focus in more on the trajectories I want to play instead of being able to use bounce and kind of get away with the shot. I'd rather know exactly the shot I hit. So as soon as I feel it come off this club, I know if it's good or not because I've practiced with it so much. I'll hit you a little low spinner just so you can see it
You went
bounce.
down the line or face on, Milt?
Oh, you're good right there.
Okay. That was nice.
So you check out this divot though. It doesn't bounce out of the ground. It digs and it stays in the ground pretty long, which that's what I like. I'm used to playing in North Carolina, which is all Bermuda grass, and if any of you've ever played Bermuda grass, you know how gnarly and gross the conditions can be. So this, while it doesn't help you out of the Bermuda, you will hit a lot more crispy shots if you can control the club face going into the ball, and that's what I like.
Okay, why don't you go into the woods now?
Yeah, for sure. So we have a M1, 19 degree, 5 wood.
Can I see the bottom of it? There you go. Thank you.
And then we have a hazardous red, Project X.
And how about this, Milt? Why don't you hit a shot and
Okay.
kind of like talk us through what you like to do? Because I know you like to do things a little bit differently depending on if it's a wedge, an iron,
Okay, yeah.
or wood.
For sure. So this is a 5 wood.
Don't you have like 10 new gloves in your bag or something?
I do, but you know, like, you just gotta rock it till it falls apart.
Okay.
All right, so 5 wood. It is a stiff flex. And the reason why it's a stiff flex is because for me, I really like to hit very high shots into par 5s. I want to see the ball take off and spin upward so I know it's going to land softly, especially into longer par 5s. So for how I set up, and this is what Gabe is talking about, I'm going to set up square to this club face. So now that I know that it's a longer club, and I know I need to clear my hips a little bit more. So to hit this ball dead straight, instead of standing square square, I'm actually just gonna slightly open my stance, which gives me a little bit more room to clear my hips and go straight down the line at impact, which just produces a dead straight ball. So now watch me shank this.
Whew, that was nice.
And then same thing, if I want to hit a draw, I'll just set up. And for me, I like to always start square. So every single time I'm going to take a shot, I line up square to the target, wherever I want to hit it. And then from there, I make my adjustment. So I'm gonna actually close my hip a little bit to hit a draw. but I always start open, or I always start square and then adjust from there. So draw. So that's probably only like a 3-yard draw, but it still works.
Nice.
All right, so that's my 5-wood. And actually, I do have, here's a long club I have. It's a 3-iron, King utility, driving iron. The cool thing about this is it's adjustable. So you can dial in, you know, exactly if you had a 5-wood or a 3-wood or a driver, whatever it is that you're trying to dial into the middle of, you can adjust this accordingly to what you have in your bag. I have it on 19.5, which is, it's between a 2-iron and a 3-iron. KBS, Tour Hybrid, Prototype, 85 X-Flex, so extra stiff. This is a club I really like if I know it's a shorter course and I just need a club to put myself into play. Maybe it's like there's a lot of 400-yard par 4s, just something I can knock out there 250 and give myself a wedge in. So I'll hit one for you here. And this thing's pretty hot because the shaft is so stiff that this club just comes, or the ball just comes screaming off this club.
Wow. That was money there.
That's pretty good. All right, so then we'll go to a 3-wood. Same thing, I have the M1 3-wood, except this is the high launch version. And I actually do have the regular 3-wood, which I probably should just sell and get rid of. The regular 3-wood, it's way too flat. It's way too penetrating for me. And what I noticed when I was playing on the course was I could hit a drive, you know, I'd hit a drive, it'd go up, have nice ball flight and land, and it'd probably roll maybe 10 yards. And then I would hit my old 3-wood, the non-high launch version, so just the regular 3-wood. I would hit that and it would come out so hot and so fast that it would obviously land before the driver, but it would have so much run on it that it was either going past my driver or it was going the same distance. And it's useless to have the club going the same distance. So what I did, obviously, same thing with my 5-wood, I just want this to be landing a lot softer into the green. And before I hit this shot, I'll show you the shaft. So we have a Speeder 757 Evolution Tour Spec S Flex. And then, like I said, I really like this club because I can just get a lot of height on it. And that comes in handy in par 5s, or, you know, even a little bit longer, maybe like a 420-yard par 4, I can hit this guy and just be fine. It's gonna hit the net. Oh. And then the cool thing about this club, though, is since it's since this shaft is a little bit stiffer than most, because it's a tour spec, I really don't have any problem keeping it down or flighting it down. So I'll flight this one down a little bit, little flighted low draw. Oh, that was almost a shank, boys. Let me give you one more. All right. Flighted, low draw. I don't know if you can pick that up, but that's pretty. So last but not least, my favorite club in the bag. This is my driver, M1, 460 head, 10.5 degree on standard loft. And then it's actually Speeder 757 Evolution Tour Spec X-Flex. For me, when I had this same shaft in stiff, but I'd hit the ball. If I hit it good, it was fine. But if I hit it any off the hill, or if I had a little too much spin on it, I was just getting too much spin and losing too much distance. So I went with the X-Flex, which it just bores through the wind a little bit more, and if I miss the ball, I still get a lot more distance out of it than I did with the stiff, because you're just not getting as much spin, so it's not spinning up and losing all the distance. Let me find a tee and I'll hit you one. But for me, I really love the driver because I'm pretty confident with the driver, and I think when I'm not hitting the driver well, that's when I'm not playing well. Yeah, everything really stems from the driver for me. So let me concentrate. All right, name a shot.
Medium draw.
Medium draw? Okay. All right, so for me, I'm gonna set up straight, and then since he wants to draw, I'm gonna take this right foot and take it behind me just a touch. And then from here, I'm just gonna rip on through.
Good shot, bad range ball, but that was what you were looking to do. Okay, you guys, so you got to see Milt's clubs, you know, and kind of what he does differently depending on the club he's hitting, how he kind of, you know, adjusts his setup for his, you know, wedges to irons to woods. Milt, appreciate you sharing,
yeah, man,
brother.
That was fun.
New Cobra irons look really sweet, really nice. I've hit them, they feel great. And yeah, you guys, if you've made it this far, we're gonna be teaching you how to make a living making golf videos. Like, that's crazy. The fact that you can go play golf, do what's in the bags and make a living, that's amazing, and we're gonna teach you how. So yeah, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys comment down below, like and subscribe. This is Gabriel right here representing the movement towards improvement. We'll see you in the next video.
Peace.